So we own this business together. It's me and Matt, we're co-owners. My boyfriend and I were selling bubble tea at Soda City. And so we would sell there every Saturday. We would wake up bright and early, cook everything, bring it on over. And that's where kind of the mentality to start your own business kind of started. So I started working on the crepe cake recipe, which took me a long time to develop. It took me at least 6 months just to develop the recipe, and then another 6 months to develop all the flavors that we have today. And so once we started with the crepe cakes, we thought, okay, let's get rolling on this whole entire shop. But by the time we started looking at spaces, COVID had hit, rent is astronomical. A lot of places, they don't want to take you in until you actually have a lot of backing, which Soda City for us didn't count. We didn't have a lot of business backing with us. And so we took some time off. We're looking for spaces. We're gathering as much money as we can to start, because it always takes money to make money. And so we borrowed money from friends and family. And at the time, Matt and I were actually working for Sean Kim over at MOA 929. Matt was bar managing, I was bartending, and when he had heard that we wanted to open, he gave us this space as a small start opportunity to begin, because it's really hard when you don't really have a name. A lot of other places can do it because they have a lot of financial backing, and we just did it. And so once we got the opportunity to start, we thought, let's just go ahead and go all in. And so that's why we have our small space today. So if you ask my customers, they will say that they would die by the ube latte. But personally, I really like our hojicha. It's a roasted matcha that we source from Japan. A lot of people haven't heard about it, and I think a lot of places actually don't sell it. But to me, our hojicha quality is actually better than our matcha quality. And it just has the same tea-like flavors like matcha, but a lot more nuanced, a lot more roasted and toasted. And honestly, it goes really well hot or iced. Personally, for me, if I'm drinking it, it has to be iced with whole milk and then half sweet with regular sugar. For me, it all started with the ube latte because it's in a familiar form. A lot of people really like ube. It's such a familiar flavor. Even if you haven't even tried it before, when you taste it, it's something that you're like, oh, why didn't I try this earlier? So a lot of the flavors that you'll see in my case, they're flavors that I grew up with. Ube, for example, that one is I tell everyone it's like the vanilla of the Philippines. We use it everywhere the same way that y'all would use vanilla. It's so commonplace there, you don't even think twice about it. I know for my partner, Matt, I'm Filipino and Matt's Vietnamese, and so he grew up with a lot of Vietnamese flavors. From what I know, he also has a really close tie with Chinese and Korean flavors, and also a lot of Thai flavors actually too, because I forget he has some Thai family as well. And so for us, it was commonplace to have these things all the time. Before they even became mainstream, we would have to make them ourselves at home because no one would sell them unless we were in bigger cities like LA, Atlanta. We'd go there all the time, and that's when we would go get our fix if we didn't want to make it ourselves. A lot of the flavors like the ube, the matcha, the Thai tea, those are things that we grew up with. And actually, those are even only half the flavors. There's a lot of things that we haven't introduced, like pandan. We did a couple black sesame things. People are really liking that lately. I know it's really interesting to be able to share something that we've known for so long. We're a first step for a lot of people, and actually, for a lot of them, even it was a surprise to me. They're like, oh my gosh, I haven't been able to find this since I left Japan, or since I left this big city. I didn't even know that y'all had access to it here. And I mean, even beyond the flavors, the style of the desserts that we do, like the crepe cakes and the cream puffs, they are quite advanced, and there's something that takes a lot of years to master. And so people even recognize that as a feat that is special to us and something that is unique to us as well. Our focus is really a lot of Southeast Asian flavors for the most part, but we do have a lot of Chinese and Korean stuff we'll do sometimes. Obviously, you need a good business plan. And with that comes things like what you're selling and how you sell it. That's, I think, pretty basic. But even more so, what's most important is it's actually money. I mean, it takes money to make money. However you get it, however you finance it. It's hard to get that first step in, And actually, even if you have a good idea, I mean, you can't even start if you don't have money to begin. But let's say that that's all out the way, the money's out the way. The biggest challenge for me was getting other people to trust my product. So I had full confidence that we were going to be fine. I knew that I could put in the work and that we had the business model and that we had the ideas and we had the ability to be flexible in case things change. And that's also how we set up the business. That's why we're doing like this dessert cafe kind of thing. Eventually, if we want to sell food, we can sell food. If we want to sell alcohol, we can sell alcohol. And I would like to eventually. Being able to have your clientele trust you and keep coming back and to try other things that you're selling, to me, that's the most important. And it was a very big challenge, but the way that we faced that is we started selling actually to MOA when we first started. I would borrow their kit, MOA and 99. So there's MOA Charlotte and there's 99 over in the Vista. This is before this MOA opened. I would borrow their kitchen and I would make cakes for them and they would sell them. And it built my confidence and it kind of started to like turn the wheel a little bit in terms of like people were saying, oh, I've never seen this before. But because they trust the restaurant, they kind of vetted for me. And so it was easier to get my foot in the door with that. I have always been a service industry person. I really like working with my hands. I cannot do a desk job. And I didn't realize that actually until I got older. I thought I was going to be a pharmacist, or I thought I was going to be doing like speech therapy or physical therapy. I was actually at a little bit of a crossroads when it came to not using my degree. I felt like maybe I had wasted it. So I took some time actually to think about what makes my work ethic very good and what makes my work ethic special. I had to lean into what I was good at and I had to lean into my talents. Nibl Dessert and Café is located at 1333 Main Street. We're inside of MOA Korean BBQ. So we have Instagram. Our Instagram is at NIBL Cola, Nibl Cola. Our email is niblcola@gmail.com. We get a lot of inquiries for whole cakes there. And we also have our ordering site as well, order.niblcafe.com.